After a star-studded PGR 501 that will not be soon forgotten, MMS picks up after the PGR 500 live from Talladega. And right now, Josh Trevor, Axel Smith, Jed Boodle, Brody Dusher, Brandon Brough for your top 5. Dustin Cohen, Richard Elliott, James Ware, Larry McDonald, Harper, your top 10. Casey Sprinkle and Carson Freeman, the 12 drivers who have posted a lap. But folks, she is filled up to the brim tonight. Right now, see if we can't get a word with a couple of drivers before we go qualifying here. Let's get first with the man who came so close to getting the PGR 500 victory tonight. John Ward, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
I got you, Garrett.
Well, I'm going to let you know my mama was rooting for you today.
Hey, man.
I'll be damn you came close with 2 to go. But, buddy.
Went from the back to the front to the back. I had a really good race. I kept my nose clean, and the main goal was to be there at the end, and I was there. Got unfortunate, got caught in an accident, but I gave it a good shot.
Well, buddy, after another PGR 500 has come and gone, now we set focus to the rest of February all the way up to the SummerSlam 499. But I got to ask, after a stellar run tonight, though it did not end on the best note, how is the confidence level for John Ward after having to start 43rd in the back of the field tonight to have a shot? Where's the confidence level right now?
Confidence level, I mean, I know I didn't win the race or get a top 5 or whatever. I mean, I'm still happy with what I done. I mean, I made it seem like I was supposed to be there, and I did a big part on. They showed me a lot on the TV, so that was really good. Confidence, I mean, it didn't make it any better. I mean, definitely not no worse. So, I mean, I got good confidence. I mean, I'm going to keep on going and thriving, and I'm going to try to work with some guys and try to get my team a little bit better. Maybe we could do some better performance here in the outcome in the next couple of months and so.
Well, buddy, best of luck to you. I won't hold you up too long for qualifying. Hopefully, when it's all said and done, if you can talk to me at the end of this thing, we know you made some money.
You got it. There's some heavy hitters in here, so we'll see what we can do.
All right, buddy. Best of luck tonight. All right, now just one of several drivers in here tonight. Cody Nichols, another one of them, came agonizingly close to getting the job done. He is in the field tonight. Nathan Harper, Chase Mastretta, James Warren, Joshua McCullough, just to name a few. Eberhard Jones, Flanagan, Danny Barnes, Landon Velicky, Casey Sprinkle. The deck is stacked for what is going to be a hell of a pickup. Right now, 8 minutes to post a lap. James Ware will get us started. Cross the line, wearing the time to beat. Survey says. Actually, never mind. He's getting started here. Carson Freeman actually top of the board, 54, 813. Jed Boodle. Dusher will go 8:15 across the line. Jeb Survey says, where's he stack up in all this? 54, 819, third quickest. Kobe Neal cutting the apron across the line. Is it enough for the top spot? It is not good enough for fourth with an 873. Now we're going to get James Waring across the line. 54, 818, good enough for third. Brandon Broadfoot will be the next driver to post his lap. 7 minutes to post one lap. Brandon across the line. 840. Be good enough for fifth. Not Kobe Neal outside of the top 5. Larry McDonald. McDonald and Ward should be up next for their qualifying runs. McDonald clocks in, top of the board, 806 for McDonald. Ward cutting the apron. At the line, John Ward, 805, thousandths of a second better. That's one way to start. Well, that's a hell of a lap time. Still some heavy hitters to come. Danny Barnes, Matthew Lee is in the field tonight. Kevin McCullough. Right now, on track to knock Ward off of the top spot. Just under 5.5 minutes remaining. Kenneth McCullough. Survey says, is it enough to knock Ward off? It is. 797 for Kenneth McCullough. And after failing to make the PGR 500, looking for retribution tonight, as is several drivers. Matthew Lee across the line. Is it enough for McCullough? It is. 780. For Matthew Lee, I'll be damned. Danny Barnes off the turn 4, gonna catch him right at the end. Casey Sprinkle on the racetrack now. So is Charlie Morgan, Cody Nichols, and Richard Elliott. Barnes clocks in this time. 54, 812. Knocks Carson Freeman out of the top 5 spot. Actually ties Carson all the way down to the thousandth, so evidently going deeper than that. Richard Elliott with just over 4 minutes remaining. Right now has got a good lap going for the MMS driver. And across the line, Richard Elliott. He's got it. 7-7-8 for Richard Elliott, top of the board. Charlie Morgan right across the line as well. 54-804. Morgan, fourth quickest at the moment. Right now, the Truex Truck Series points leader coming into tonight, Casey Sprinkle. Right now, just over 3 minutes remaining. Sprinkle across the line. Purple across the board. He's got it. 54, 759. Casey Sprinkle to the top spot. David Flanagan, Jack Shack 1-0 to Jack Shack entries. Landon Veliky in here as well. Chase Mastrota. Across the line, David Flanagan. Where does he rack up in all this? 804, good enough for 6th. Josh DeBrune. 2 minutes left and several drivers on the racetrack. One of them in particular, Cody Niegels, across the line, 767. Second quickest. DeBrune across the line. About to be across the line, rather. 775. Good enough for third quickest for Josh DeBrune. Tucker McClennan next up. Dylan Jones about to start his lap. Axel Smith rolling out. Cross the line. McClennan 807, good enough for 11, just shy of the top 10. Chase Mastrota 54, 832, 17th quickest for Chase Mastrota. Asher Little. Third quickest for Little with a 774. All right, now Casey Sprinkle, Cody Niegels, Asher Little, Josh DeBrune, Richard Elliott, your top 5. 30 seconds remaining. And I don't think Axel Smith will get his lap in. He is not. $30 cars for tonight. It has the makings of being an MMS race, one to remember. Let's see, actually, well, we got a moment here. Can't talk to a couple more drivers. Get Casey. Casey Sprinkle, Gary Jenkins up here at broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's been a hell of a week for you to start off. Extending the Truex Truck Series points lead to 36 after winning North Wilkesboro. Come to the night, starting on the pole. Life's pretty good right now, ain't it?
Definitely.
I think you might cut out here, buddy.
Yeah.
All right now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I think Casey having technical issues at the moment.
I'm good. I can hear you, Jim Bob.
All right. As for tonight, another PGR 500 week has came and gone. Where's the confidence level for the 59 team? Do you feel like you can pick up where you left off going forward and start the new week on a good note?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, I can get a good run here. Got a bunch of people in this race. Most people I've ever seen in a donate race before, so hopefully we can keep my truck clean, have it at the end. Main plan is just to stay up front until things get super dicey. If it gets super dicey early, and then, like I said, just be there at the end, have a good pit stop if we have one.
Well, buddy, look forward to seeing how it works out. Look forward to seeing you tonight and Friday night. And I will ask, are you going to make a show up? Are you going to show up for Little Dog, Big Dog?
We'll see. I don't know yet. I gotta look at the schedule again because I don't even know when the stuff happens. But hopefully. But again, it just depends if I'm gonna be busy.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully, when it's all said and done, we'll talk to you in Victory Lane for the second straight broadcast.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, I got a moment in the action here. That was Casey Sprinkle talking to the man. Actually is leading a star-studded MMS tonight that consists of Brandon Broadfoot, Christopher McCullough, Casey Sprinkle, Danny Barnes, Joseph Allen, Kobe Neal, and Richard Elliott. Let's get to the head honcho himself. Kenny McCullough, Garrett Jenkins up here, broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, after a rough PGR 500 week for you, my friend, along with pretty much MMS as a whole, myself included, how do you rally back from a hard week like this and keep going forward, starting with tonight? Where's the confidence level for Kenny McCullough Jr.?
Yeah, man, it was a disappointing thing for a lot of MMS and our teammates for not making it into the 500. But, you know, them guys put on a hell of a show. One of the best shows that's been put on in a long time. I watched every heat, every LCQ, duels. I mean, even watched the big race today. Props to them guys for putting on the show. And everybody, you know, was involved, all the broadcasters and all that. But we're going to do it tonight. Shake it off and send it.
I'd say we got a hard act to follow after today.
Yes, sir. That's for sure. That should be a good one, though. Got a good set of drivers in here.
Well, buddy, best of luck to you. Hopefully, when it's all said and done, we can start off February still on a good note and hopefully talk to you at the end of this thing.
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. All right, now. Right now, as it stands, Carson Freeman, Jed Bodle, Brody Dusher, and are the only ones who's posted a lap next to Casey Sprinkle, as a matter of fact. 18 seconds remaining in a star-studded MMS Donators event. Joshua McCullough, race control for tonight. Alright, starting lineup for tonight. Gonna go as followed. Casey Sprinkle on pole, Cody Nichols, Asher Little, Josh DeBroom, Richard Elliott, Matthew Lee, Kevin McCullough, Charlie Morgan, David Flanagan, John Ward, Larry McDonald, Tucker McLennan. Your fast 12 for tonight. On down through the remainder of the field, Danny Barnes, Carson Freeman, Brody Dusher, James Waring, Jed Bodle, Chase Mastrella, Brandon Broadfoot, Kobe Neal, Dylan Jones, and Dustin going your top 22. Joseph Allen rounds out 23rd. Them are the drivers who posted a lap. The rest is up to iRacing's discretion. They go as followed. Nathan Harper, Landon Velicky, Daniel Eberhardt, Axel Smith, Joshua McCullough, Christopher McCullough, and William H. Scott. Actually, 29 drivers. Joshua McCullough race control for tonight. What do you say? One more interview? Charlie Morgan, Garrett Jenkins up here at Broadcast Booth. Got a coffee, buddy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, the strategy did not quite pay off in the dual race on Saturday. Come to tonight, the plan's simple. Just go straight to the front and stay there.
Yeah, that's the plan. Go ahead and storm the front and stay out there. That's the plan.
Well, buddy, I'll ask you this one question, then I'll let you get back down there. These trucks race now sort of similar to the Gen 6. Can we expect a lot of drivers try and take it 3 and 4 wide? If so, where do you think the carnage is going to be at tonight?
I think it's going to definitely be a lot of 3 wide racing. So we'll get strapped in here and we'll see what happens.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you. Hopefully, when it's all said and done, talk to you at the end of this thing.
All right, appreciate it.
Yes, sir. "42 laps, not a long one." Casey Sprinkle, Josh DeBroom brings us down to the United Reynolds restart zone. We're rolling for Talladega. Vega Pro's already lined up on the outside lane. Morgan and Ward trying to come to the front. Will the lead, lap 1. All right, now 3 by 3 already. Casey Sprinkle up to the middle. Carter McLean going to battle back on the bottom lane. Got Ashton Little bringing the middle. Eddie Garner just on the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Morgan to the top part of the racetrack. He's going to lead going into turn 3. Nathan Harper already. Well thought about going to the middle. Jumps back to the outside lane. Daniel Eberhardt working the middle lane. Going down the middle. Casey right back on the bottom. Daniel going to go. Contact with Sprinkle and DeBroom. More contact. 4 wide already. Didn't take long. Down the back straightaway, Harper will take the top spot. James Waring running in second, right on board with Dustin. Work down the back straightaway. Caution is out. Kenny McCullough involved in this one. Stop down the back straightaway. Not how you wanted to work. Jason Estrada up further ahead in the grass in turn 3. All right. Under caution for the first time tonight. Let's see what happens. Still 4 wide all the way back through. Pushing. Now McCullough turns to Brune. Everybody else just wads up from there. Matthew Lee gets a piece of this. Kobe Neal down to the bottom. And just like that, under caution for the first time tonight. Just off center, foot in the right rear, around they go. Matthew Lee almost upside down. Run on board with Kobe through this. Now, while all that happens, what the name of might happens to Chase Mastretta? Oh, him and Danny Barnes come together. I'll do it. Everybody's going to come down this time. Might not necessarily put them in the field window, but it'll push them back ever so slightly. Brandon Brothfoot actually stays out. He will regain the lead, race off the pit road, find out momentarily, give it to Nathan Harper. Playing it, Warren, John Ward, Daniel Eberhardt, your top 5 off the pit road. Right here momentarily to be sure nobody else comes back in. Kobe Neal just leaving the pits along with Josh DeBroom. A couple other drivers on pit road: Richard Elliott, Matthew Lee, Dylan Jones. Of course, all drivers involved in the first incident of the night. Alright, to re-rack it. Brandon Brothfoot, Nathan Harper, David Flanagan, James Waring, Daniel Eberhardt, your top 5. John Ward, Charlie Morgan. Dustin Cohen and Danny Barnes, your top 10. We get set to go back. First caution of the night in the books. Question about is going forward, is this a wake-up call to maybe settle down a little bit, or is this just a sign of things to come? We'll figure it out. 29 trucks still in the race. Everybody's still on the lead lap. So for some, might be a little bit damaged than other ones. Right now, Broadfoot, Nathan Harper, James Waring, Dale Earnhardt, just to name a few, multiple spots. As a matter of fact, 18, 22, 13, and 21 to be precise. Couple drivers drop. Obviously, Josh Broom Kevin McCullough, Matthew Lee, all the ones involved in that first incident. Right now, the biggest droppers of the race. Casey Sprinkle, pole sitter, came back in to top off one more time. He'll be rolling off in the 28th spot. All right, let's try this again. Broadfoot Harper brings us down to 9 rows restart zone. We're rolling again. Harper already to the outside lane. Broadfoot's going to look to the middle lane. Nobody goes. Wearing up to the third lane as John Ward pulls Charlie Morgan and others on the bottom. Back. Nathan Harper will bring him down. David Flanagan in tow. Harper will lead. Lap 7. 1935. Laps to go. Broadfoot going to take it 3 wide for a lead yet again. Danny Barnes working up inside. Top 5. Both sevens working in tandem in the middle lane. Larry McDonald trying to get back over to him. Barnes will push Harper right back to the top spot. Get a perspective of what a lot of these guys might be seeing right now. How about Landon Mellencamp? He's storming up the middle, making it 4 wide. Right on board with Landon Mellencamp. Started 25th up to 10th. Going ahead, charging back up to the front best he can. Really, I see big check up, almost stacked up effect. Brandon jumped up in front of Ward. Kind of checked him up for the moment. There are still 4 wide. Christopher McCullough in the middle. Casey Sprinkle coming with him. Kobe Neal. MMS. Oh, they're going to go 5 wide. Goodness, 5 wide again. And we're going to go 5 wide one more time. Not going to get away with it that time. Earhart into the wall. Third time, not a charm. Daniel Earhart into the outside retaining wall. And under caution for the second time tonight. Well, get a look at it from the blimp cam. Well, first off, this is amazing that they made it through the trial with 5 wide. Casey Dord's Velicky right there and more contact. They just never could get off each other. Joseph Allen gets a piece of this. Amazed that not more cars were involved. Right on board with Daniel. Really just right on board through this whole scenario. Well, second caution of the night. Right now at the front, Nathan Harper, Danny Barnes, David Flanagan, James Warren, John Ward. Dega Pros 4 through 6 at the moment. Chase Mastrota wins the race off of pit road. Harper, Flanagan, Charlie Morgan, John Ward, Danny Barnes, your top 6 off the pit road. Asher Little, James Warren, Axel Smith, the top 9. All right, to re-rack it with the 1 to green. Nathan Harper, David Flanagan, Charlie Morgan, John Ward, Asher Little, the top 5. Barnes, Smith, Warren, Dustin, and Kenneth McCullough rounds out your top 10. 29 to go whenever they take the restart. Oh, what in the name of Mike? John Ward and others. Ward, Danny Barnes, Chase Mastrota. What in the name of Mike? Ward just comes down in front of Asher Little. Danny Barnes gets a piece of this. I ain't too sure what to make of that. We're going to extend it one more time. Well, we got a moment here. Get it, graphics a minute. I'm gonna try to reset the paint on my side. Doing this. Alright. We'll try this again. Second caution of night just joining us. It's been a wild one to start with. Nathan Harper, your leader, 3 official lead changes, two cautions so far for 7 laps. And to take the green, it will be 28 laps to go. All right. Flanagan Harper brings us down to 9 rules restart zone. Try this again. We're rolling. Larry McDonald to the grass. No caution. We keep it green. Harper's going to go up, try to protect the middle lane, knows the run's going to be coming. They work down the back straightaway. Asher Little already dug out of line, got Ashton Smith winning, along with McCullough. Harper up the block. Flanagan stuck in the middle, McCullough right back down to the middle. MMS lined up, was lined up on the lane right now. Christopher McCullough, Kevin McCullough lined up on the bottom behind Flanagan. Casey Sprinkle joins them. MMS behind the Jack driver and David Flanagan. Working the middle lane right now. Digger Pros occupies first and second. Barnes also for MMS down at the bottom. He'll just want to try to take the other way from Flanagan. 4 wide again. 4 wide might make it work. We saw 5 wide only work very little time. Right now, Charlie Morgan holds the lead for the moment. They're going to work off of turn 2. Middle lane not backing down. Bottom lane, however, has lost a little bit of its muster. Still led by Danny Barnes on the bottom right now. 27 laps to go. Flanagan down to the bottom. McCullough down on the apron, loose. Not going to work. McCullough upside down. Little, Ward, and others. The big one. Carson Freeman, Joseph Allen, Chase Mastrota, Landon Velicky. Everybody. These are named the ones who aren't in it. Axel Smith, massive damage. McCullough, massive damage. Joseph Allen, front end, beat all to hell on that machine. Lord have mercy. All right. Well. Saw how this one kind of started. McCullough, don't know if he got shoved out of line or whatever happened. We're about to find out. Getting pushed by Cody Nichols. Comes down, clips the apron. Flanagan all over the back of it and just, I don't know how to call that one. Good thing I'm not race control. Regardless of the fact, Kevin McCullough up and over. Right on board with David Flanagan here. Just the way it looks. Look like a very aggressive dive down to the bottom. McCullough gets the apron. That was all she wrote. Right on board with a couple more drivers. Chase Mastretta, one of them. Casey Sprinkle barely making it through. John Ward. Been a rough day for John Ward. Will not be any different so far tonight. There are several more. Carson Freeman. He won't fare much better than this. So last but not least, Asher Little's on board. Actually, never mind, I do got one more. Yeah. Never mind. See what kind of springs is running. Well, Kevin Allen, Carson Freeman, Chase Mastretta, John Ward. Another one in the pits. Nathan Harper. Everybody, all of them are back out. Right now, a lot of drivers already with a fast repair done and gone. Pace car in this time. .23 to go when they take the green flag. Flanagan Morgan brings us down to the United Rentals restart zone. We're rolling. Right now, Flanagan's going to hold the outside lane. Got Matthew Lee into Wyndham. Casey Sprinkle worked himself back up inside the top 5. All right, get chauffeur. There they go. Dusting around. Caution is out again. Dustin Cohen. Big time. Hit on the inside retainer wall. Let's go in and look at it. Then the 35 is going to come together. Bam. Jesus. Massive impact for the 20. Now, who's in the 35? Dusher. Him and Christopher McCullough come together, and bam. The 20 and innocent bystander and all this. Well, under caution, just that quick again, live from Talladega. Charlie Morgan, David Flanagan, Charlie Morgan, Matthew Lee, Casey Sprinkle, Danny Barnes, your top 5. Kobe Neal has worked himself inside the 6th position. James Warren, Dylan Jones, Larry McDonald, and Christopher McCullough, the top 10. Drivers in here this time: Cody Neagles, John Ward, just to name a couple, just to name a few actually. Kim McCullough down and away. Let's try this again. Charlie Morgan, David Flanagan, Casey Sprinkle, Danny Barnes, Kobe Neal, the top 5. Warren McDonald, Dylan Jones, Richard Elliott, Asher Little back inside the top 10. As we get set to go back. Hopefully stay green here from here on out. We'll have to wait and see when they take the green flag. 19 laps to go. Alright. Try this again. Morgan, Flanagan, take 3 on the front row into United Rails restart zone. Back underway. Down the back straightaway. Flanagan able to hold the lead. Danny Barnes pushing him. James wearing in tow. Case Sprinkle will jump up to the middle lane. Almost thought twice about it. McDonald cuts him a break this time. Asher Little will occupy the middle lane. Back in that white and blue Oklahoma street behind McDonald. Right now, middle lane falling apart. They work off of turn 4 again. Here comes Morgan right back to the inside. Kobe Neal along with him. At the line, give it to Flanagan yet again. Danny Barnes jumps to the middle lane. Oh, and they're wrecking in the back. Ken McCullough through the grass. Asher Little, they all save it somehow, no caution. Then McCullough spins it to the inside. It's been a night Ken McCullough wants to forget. Been a week more like it. Regardless of the fact, staying green, Matthew Lee. Up to the top spot, got Earhart winning. Flanagan, Cody Nichols, Landon Velicky occupy the outside lane. Ward, James Warren, and Danny Barnes occupy the bottom. So big separation right now. Top 10's broken away. William H. Scott can get out of harm's way. Down to the bottom, Flanagan. Cody Eagles came so close to getting a PGR 500 win. He'll lead his first laps across the line with 60 to go. Landon Velicky, another one of them. Not making it to the 500 himself, nor did Flanagan. A lot of drivers right now inside this top 10 wanting to avenge after a disappointing week. Right now, Landon Velicky to the top spot. And Eagles going to battle right back to the bottom, pulling Flanagan with him. Jack Shack right now, 1st and 5th. Velicky and Flanagan. along with Chase Mastrutta as well. Right now, Jack Shack occupies the 3 of the top 5 spots. As Landon Veliky leads across the line. Chase Mastrutta, a little bit of internet issues. They work down the back straightaway, no harm, no foul. All right now, top 11. Still in this main pack, but Kobe, Neal, and others coming. Right now, Kobe Neal, Larry McDonald, Dylan Jones, Charlie Morgan, Casey Sprinkle was attached to this pack at some point. Man, we're gaining it now. Oh, never mind. Trying to close the gap back up. Well, they in this top 11 keep battling like they are. 3 wide. Niggles to the top spot. I believe. You got Niggles, you got Matthew Lee, you got Urban Hart contact made again. Teammates in the middle lane. Ward's going to bail. He'll jump over his teammate from Dega Pros, James Waring. Ashton Smith just hanging out for the moment. Flanagan's just shuffled back to 10th. As Veliky has the momentum off of turn 4. Here comes Niels right back to the inside again. At the line. Oh, there goes Harper. There goes Waring. Ward's involved. James Waring, Chase Mastrutta involved in this one. Nathan Harper. There goes my 30 piece for the week. Caution again for the 5th time tonight. Take another look at it. 13 to go, probably be 10 or so there to get that going. Ware makes contact with the 8, needed to Urban Harder. From there it is on. That's how quickly it comes undone at Talladega. Ashton Smith, David Flanagan. Big hits. We're on board with David Flanagan through this. This is a wicked shot to the outside wall. Going to take Axel Smith to win him. Smith cannot catch a break this week. James Waring, big slide to the grass, right on board with him. Next on board, Chase Mastrutta. Everybody ran out of room. Through it all, Landon Velicky. Still the leader, Cody Nichols, John Ward, Daniel Eberhart, and Danny Barnes, your top 5. Kobe Neal, Larry McDonald, Dylan Jones, Richard Elliott, Joshua McCullough. Still a top 10. Lights on the pace car out this time. Going to re-rack it. Landon Velicky, Cody Nichols, Danny Barnes, Daniel Everhart, Larry McDonald, the top 5. Kobe Neal, Richard Elliott, Dylan Jones, Joshua McCullough, and Brody Dusher will be your top 10. Carson Freeman, Asher Little, Brandon Broadfoot, James Waring, Tucker McClennan, Casey's, will be the top 15. All right, going to be 9 to go when they take the green flag yet again in steel. 27 drivers still in contention tonight. All right. Try this again. Velicky Nichols brings us down. 9 to go from Talladega. Right underneath him. Kobe Neal down to the bottom of the tray. He's going to block Cody Nichols. Cody immediately bailed. Jumps to the middle of the lane right behind his teammate. 8 to go in there to get back to the start-finish line. are wrecking again. Larry McDonald against the outside retaining wall entering turn 3. 6th caution of the night. See what happens. Waring gets into Freeman. Christopher McCullough gets into Richard Elliott. Look at here, 13 in the top lane. Shove there. Gets off Shinner, another shove, and then from there gets his nose to the inside, and that's all she wrote. Christopher McCullough is going to get slammed. He's going to slam Elliott and McDonald. Not of his own doing, of course. And Larry McDonald, unfortunate bystander in all of this. Charlie Morgan's going to get a piece of it. See, Tucker McClennan's going to get hit by Morgan. Morgan's going to come. McClellan's going to come down and get Asher Little. Little with a hell of a save. And for Larry McDonald, truck will come to rest on the outside retaining wall. Well, we're now Landon Velikey, Daniel Ephart, Kobe Neal, Cody Nichols, Danny Barnes still the top 5. Dylan Jones, Carson Freeman, Waring, Sprinkle, and Little rounds out the top 10. Alright. Four to go whenever they take the green flag. outside at all. And still, believe it or not, 27 drivers still in contention for the win. Trust me, if you don't think the driver Axel Smith in 27th can win this race. I didn't think whenever I did my first MMS race that Austin Green would win from 19th on the last lap, but I was wrong. Anybody can still win it. 4 to go. Veliky, Eberhardt in the United Rentals restart zone. We're rolling again. Right now, 4 to go. Veliky getting pushed by Cody Nagels down the back straightaway again. They're wrecking in the back. No caution yet. Dylan Jones. Well, right now he's lined up right with who he wants to be with. Wants to be lined up right behind Cody Nagels. Right now, Veliky is a sitting duck. Eberhardt bound back on the bottom. Got Danny Barnes with him. Barnes and Sprinkle, the only MMS drivers in the top 10 so far tonight. Across the line, Jack Shack's own Landon Veliky leads. 3 to go. Casey Sprinkle and others coming together in the back. Caution now. We're going to overtime. Christopher McCullough involved in this one. Casey Sprinkle. The Truax Truck Series points leader. Massive damage to that 59 machine. Well, it was only fitting to go to overtime. Let's see what happened. Going 4 wide, McClendon, Lee and McClendon come together, and that's all she wrote. Josh DeBrune gets a piece of this. Casey's actually going to come out of this. Obviously damage to the left front, but nothing major, I would say. It's been a rough night for the McCullough clan. Not going to get much better for Christopher McCullough. Right on board with him through this. Well, to re-rack it, or to really explain the overtime, there will be 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. First 2 attempts will go as a normal green-white checker would. There's a caution before the white flag. They'll re-rack it in the 3rd. It does not matter if there's a caution or not. They will race it out to the end. Well, get a word with Danny Barnes. Danny Barnes, Garrett James up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy? Try this one more time. Danny Barnes, Garrett James up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, when you moved me, it muted me for some reason.
Uh,
What's going on?
Well, it's been a not so much a war, but more survival than anything else tonight. 7 stayed up front for the majority of it. You got what it takes to try to get to the win tonight.
Man, I don't know. It's gonna
lottery.
see how this thing ends. Yeah, it's a lottery. It is what it is. I just want to try to finish in top 5.
Well, buddy, after a decent run for PGR week, what would it mean if the C's part and the 7 could go to victory lane? What would it mean to start or really end the week on a good note?
Oh, that'd be huge. I'd be tickled to death for not making the 500. Missed that, but yeah, it would be a confidence builder for sure.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck. I'll let you get back down there with your teammates. Hopefully, we'll still get to talk with you at the end of this thing.
All right, brother.
Do it is got to go through the top 5, which is Landon Veligee, Cody Niegels, Dylan Jones, Daniel Everhart, James Warren. Of course, just talked to him, Danny Barnes, Asher Little, Carson Freeman, Chase Mastrona, Kobe Neal. Your top 10. One more quick word so you can give Carson Freeman. Carson Freeman, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy? I got you. Can barely hear you. Let's see if we can work this here. Well, Carson's been a up and down night for the Ford team, but right now restarting 8th with a chance to try and make a little bit of money. What's the game plan so far?
Probably stay up top or 3rd because the bottom looks like it's rolling that much. So I just hope to get in the right position to win, I guess. Here and then.
I'm guessing at this point, just dodge the wreck on the last lap. It might have a shot at it.
Yeah, I've been in about every wreck, especially at the beginning of this race.
Well, buddy, best of luck to you from here on out. Hopefully we'll get to talk to you one more time at the end of this thing.
Good talking to you.
Yes, sir. Well, all right. Landon Veligee, Cody Niegels into the tri-oval. First attempt at a green-white checkered. We're rolling. That is a restart you can ever ask for. Outside lane. Forward up a lot better than the bottom. Estrada's going to try to break the middle lane. Don't think better of it. Estrada actually jumps over that red number 8. Oh, they're almost wrecking it back. They save it. 4 wide off of 2. Then wide the front pack. Single flat out. Little up to the middle lane. Almost cuts to 41. All for a moment. They make it back to the white flag. We will have a race, and it does not matter what happens then. Veligee, Jones, Nagels, Everhart, Danny Barnes, Chase Mastrada, the top 6. Single flat out. For the moment, they're going to make it through the tri-oval. Wrecking in the back. No caution yet. Matthew Lee, Joseph Allen, white flag. Right now, Landy Velquito holding single foul. Chase Mastretta down to the bottom lane. Harper and others wrecking in the back. James Ware, Tucker McClennan, Charlie Morgan, John Ward barely missing it. Meanwhile, at the front, Velike leads, but he's got teammates behind him. He has got 3 teammates lined up. Jones, Nichols, and Eberhardt. Right now, when do they step out and leave the lone Jack Shack driver? In the top 5, got Chase Mastretta with him. Mastretta's going to make it 3 wide off of 4. Eberhardt, Nichols down to the bottom. Velike going to try to block it. Not going to get there. At the line, Dylan Jones back to victory lane. Nichols, Velike, Eberhardt, Ken McCullough. After a night from hell along with the week, comes back to a top 5. Sprinkles will finish 6th. Dylan Jones only led 1 lap and really led the final 500 feet. He won't take the time to celebrate it. Well, we'll wait for Dylan Jones. We'll re-look at the whole last lap. More or less what happened coming to the white flag to start us with. Get rid of this for a second. The first incident, of course, Joseph Allen's going to have contact further in the back there. He's already around. Christopher McCullough gets it to the back of the 27. Sends him around. Then, whatever happens at the front, earned his lead back. Asher Little. Oh. Asher Little makes contact with what look like with the 7 of Nathan Harper. I know Harper gets clipped by the 22. Up into the wall. John Ward's night ends about like the rest of his teammates, really. But at the end, well, one thing we knew Landy Velike was going to be a sitting duck off of 4. Next closest teammates, Mastretta in the middle lane. Dylan Jones, Cody Nichols, Daniel Eberhardt times it perfectly. Dylan Jones will take the win tonight. From Talladega, see if he's can't get him in here for an interview. Not quite yet. Well, I've been waiting for the top 3 to get in here. Oh, wait a second. They're over here. Dylan Jones, glad I found you.
Oh, Hello.
Yeah, had me confused here for a second. Anyway, take me through it. Only led one lap, and if I'm going to be flat out honest with you, led the final 500 feet of the race. Take me through the night. More survival than anything.
Yeah, I mean, I survived pretty well, and just get up there at the end, and I don't know. It's the trucks. It always just get yourself to the top of the racetrack and hope you're in an okay position to take a run on somebody. It's kind of the MO of this thing.
Well, I got to ask, teammates pay dividends tonight after a rough PGR 500. How does it feel to return to victory lane?
I'm a little less upset, I guess. Yes, everyone's like, "Are you really running this thing after doing all that?" I was like, "Oh, I got to end the night maybe a little bit on a good note," and we did.
Got to make some money back.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, take me through intensity off the chart. Really, with these with these trucks, and of course, the way I look at it, the Gen 6 package applied to it. Just is this kind of intense racing just something to expect from here on out, or really is it more from a driver's standpoint into why we had all these cautions going on tonight?
I think we had a few more cautions because we had people blowing off steam after such a long race, and probably the majority of us left not as happy as we'd like to be. So there's just people blowing off steam, and I think just kind of having some fun at the same time, and it kind of leads to a mess sometimes.
Well, buddy, a hell of a job nonetheless. Kept the truck clean all the way to the very end. Last question I got before I let you head out. I know you're probably tired as all get out after today. Is there anybody you want to thank? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Just thanks to all the McCulloughs for putting it on tonight, and old Jim for putting the broadcast on for us all.
All right, buddy. When it was all said and done after a rough PGR 500, Dylan Jones returns to victory lane in MMS tonight. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Get his teammate up in here. Cody Nagels, Garrett Jings up here, broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. What's going on, buddy?
Well, not a whole lot. I know you wish the 500 could have lasted one more lap. Felt like you could have had him there. Come to tonight, teammate effort wins the race. Take me through the night from Cody Nagels' perspective.
Yeah, first, with the 500, I'll just make a quick statement on that. But, you know, Dylan Alt went up, and it was almost too soon of a block, and that's why I got such a major run and felt like I needed to go third. And, you know, I kind of wanted him to stay down because I think he figured he was getting EOL'd anyway. So, you know, I wish one of our guys would have won it. But, you know, it sucks to come up short in that, but I can't complain with the outcome. And then, you know, come in here. Everyone's just kind of blowing off a little steam. You know, a lot of people that was in this race didn't get to do the 500, so I think there was just a lot of, you know, everyone just kind of getting out there wanting to kind of throw some haymakers at each other and just blow off steam from a long week. That's all it was. I mean, there was a lot of drivers. I think just all the extra people PGR's been getting and the exposure is, you know, is having an effect on the rest of the money racing scene, I believe. You know, we set it up pretty well. Landon was kind of communicating with us. We told him there's three of us up there, and we're like, you know, we're not going to screw you over, but, you know, when it gets down to the very end, you know, we won't hang you out before you get a cash spot, but we're going to try to go for the win, and that's what we did in the middle of the tri-oval. So I was just waiting on Dylan to make the move, and when he made the move, obviously at that point I was going to go with him. 1-2 finish for the team. Landon's a good buddy as well, and then obviously Daniel Eberhardt getting fourth. So it was typical trucks with the runs. Everyone enjoys them. It's really easy because the trucks are so narrow. It's just easy to go four wide. I don't really know what was the cause of a lot of the wrecks, but I do know the aggression level was definitely really, really high, and I think probably coming off the 500 is a big reason for that.
I'm sure when you look back, you'll see one of them was they're so narrow. We tried 5 wide 3 times in the span of 300 feet. Got away with it the first 2 times. Didn't get away with it the third time. Buddy, a hell of a week entirely. Nothing to be ashamed of tonight, and really as a whole week entirely. I'll ask you this one last question, because I know you're probably just as give out as everybody else. Is there anybody you want to thank, friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Thank you, buddy. Garrett, always a pleasure. Thank you for supporting PGR. It's been a special day for our community. And Mike and Baker for what they do for PGR. Kenny for putting on the donators race, giving everyone something to do. I know there was obviously the 500 today and the Super Bowl, so to get this kind of a turnout was a little surprising to me when the Super Bowl wasn't even over. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that has helped this community grow just in the time that I have been here. The numbers have grown a lot. It kind of ebbs and flows a little bit. There's times where there's a lot of numbers, and there's times where we kind of struggle for numbers. But the exposure that PGR gave to our entire community, I think you guys hopefully will see ripple effects for a long time. We need to capitalize on it and, really try to be welcoming of the new drivers that come in. I think as a group, we're really, really on to something here. So we all just need to be respectful. Just think before you say something to your fellow peers and everything, because we're all doing this. We're doing the same thing. We all love to do it. We share the hobby. Let's grow this community together and just see where we can be a year from now.
Oh, buddy. Well, not a better way to start off than with has to be one of the best PGR 500s to probably date. Appreciate your time after a hell of a week. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you in the weeks to come leading up to the SummerSlam, only a few months away.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Got a couple more interviews here. I think David Flanagan's joined up in the booth. We'll get somebody who I missed on Friday night, but will come in here on a Sunday night. Landon Velikey, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got me, buddy.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I just got done talking to Cody and Dylan Jones. Pretty much couldn't have made it no better. They weren't going to leave you out of the money, but they were going to go for the win. Did you kind of have the sit and duck feeling coming to the white flag and, more importantly, off of turn 4?
Yeah, I was screwed either way. Nothing I could do about that. I didn't have any teammates up there, and because they got taken out in all the wrecks, which we just kept wrecking over and over and over again for some reason, and couldn't keep it straight to save our lives, and that's kind of what's going to happen. I was in some of them, but didn't really have any too crazy damage, and then got in that position, and I said with 10 laps to go, I came over the radio and said, "Good win, NBG," to them, because they didn't have any competition, and that's fine. That's totally fine. We just couldn't keep it straight, and all the wrecking and everything that happened. So, yeah, I knew it was going to happen, but I also know that we're friendly, so I didn't expect to get hosed over too bad, which I didn't, which is fine, but still.
Well, buddy, I'll ask you after a rough week for, not going to go into detail over everything, but after a rough week for Jack Shack entirely, Kenny Reel being the lone representative in the PGR 500, everybody, the rest of Jack Shack pretty much suffering the same fate as a lot of us. After a rough week, where does Jack Shack go going forward? Where's the confidence level for the team, and where's the confidence level for Landon Velikey as we keep going throughout the month of February?
Well, for me, it's about as low as it can be right now, because this is, I'm not really happy about this race at all. Like I really only care about winning, and when I don't win,
You sound like me.
then I mean, what's the point at the end of the day? At least still got paid a little bit, but whatever. It's been a horrendous week. It's been absolutely terrible. Except for Monday night. The Monday night was great. Led the most laps in my heat for that, and just to get into the duel and be in the lead with 5 laps to go, and people who. So I really got to mince my words here. People that think they're better than they are decide to trash the field. So that's what took me out of it. That's what took Nathan out of it. That's what took Evan out of it. Or not no, that didn't take Evan out of it. But still, I mean, what can you do? You can't do anything. So at least finally got something this week. That's nice, at least.
Well, I can say the same. Got about as far as I thought I was going to in the 500. Just thankful I made it to Saturday. Wish I could have gone a little bit further, but 2 spots short. So that was pretty much my week summed up in a nutshell. Landon, last question I got before I let you head out. No, after this week, you're ready to start the new one off on a better note. So I'll ask you this last one. Anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, appreciate you broadcasting. I don't think this was a planned thing, so appreciate you doing that. Kenny for the race and allowing me to race, because I had to I had to convince him, not today, but like a while back, just to let me run these donator races. So he let me do it, so I appreciate him for that. And shout out the Seahawks for beating the Patriots. Thank God. The rightful winner won that game. Very happy about that. And shout out my parents too. I know yesterday sucked, but no, this is something. So at least got to see. Hope finish third. It's probably where I should have finished in that duel yesterday, but at least. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound too doomer. I'm not in the best mood at the moment, but it's at least. I am happy that I was able to cash it finally this week, and I think that's about it.
Well, buddy, after a long, hellacious week for Jack Shack entirely, Landon Velicky will start the week off right with a third place run. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
Yeah, thanks, Garrett.
Yes, sir. Final results, buddy. It's a long one. Of course, you can catch Landon Velicky Friday nights for the Midnight Racing League live on PGR Esports. Dylan Jones, your winner tonight. Cody Nichols, Landon Velicky, Daniel Everhart, Ken McCauley, the top 5. Casey Sprinkle, Brandon Broadfoot, Chase Mastrada, Danny Barnes, Damon Flanagan will round out the top 10. Kobe Neal, Josh DeBrune, Richard Elliott, Christopher McCullough. The night ends about as good as it could for Christopher. John Ward had to come home 15th tonight. James Waring rounds off 16th. Brody Dusher will come home 17th. Nathan Harper 18th. On down to the rest of the field. Carson Freeman, Asher Little, Jeb Bodle, Tucker McClellan, Ashley Smith, Matthew Lee, Joseph Allen, Larry McDonald, William H. Scott. I believe there's one more. Yep. Dustin Cohen and Joshua McCullough race control tonight. So 29 drivers started tonight. At the end of it, Dylan Jones the winner. Appreciate everybody watching. Next time we go live for PGR will be Wednesday, at least with me in the booth. Among other things, PGR, a whole long list of events going on throughout the week. I'll go ahead and give my shout outs. Appreciate Matthew Baker, Michael Triscaro putting on what was a hell of a week leading up to the PGR 500, which I believe shattered expectations. And honestly, one of the best races in PGR 500s that will go and be remembered for years to come. Look forward to next year. Shout out to the drivers showing up tonight. And of course, thank you to Ken McCullough for putting on MMS. And with that being said, I'll see everybody Wednesday night for MMS again. Until then, take it easy. Have a good night. And take it easy.